And welcome back. This is Prince Corsica. As promised, I'll be bringing a lot more online Total War commentary videos to the channel. So today we have another 2v2 medium funds on Aki again. Unfortunately, that was the one that we had last time. But we are using the key buildings this time. So what we're doing is it's with my ally Duke Silver against Mr. Sushi HQ, and that name is something with 600 sleepy. Anyway, it's 4 Shogun armies that are battling today. The aim for this one was for us to take the hills as soon as possible and to get the morale and armour bonus key buildings straight away. So what I'll do is I'll pause it here. We'll just go over the army compositions quickly for you. So on my far left flank, going straight away for the shrine for morale, I have my vetted unit of Waco Raiders. We then have a light cav supporting them, a front line of Bow Samurai, and we have Yoritomo's Yubisami cavalry. So that's basically my archer cav contingent. Again on the front line we also have some sword attendants on the right flank, and on the left flank I do believe there should have been, well, they'll show up in a minute I'm sure. And then in the middle we have some Yari Samurai, Warrior Nuns, Naginata Ascendants, there they are. The Naginata Attendants as well, I'm probably going to think I switched them to the left flank, that's why I missed them there. And then we have some Katana Samurai here as well, and obviously my general. My ally, he's gone quite cav heavy actually, but he does have has one Bow Ashigaru, one Bow Ashigaru here, and a Daikyu Samurai. He then has one Katana Samurai, two Katana Samurai. Okay, so he has 3 Katana Samurai units there, making up the bulk of his force. He then has some Yari Samurai. That's obviously against the cav charges. He's also brought Yabusami Cavalry, and then he has 3 units of mounted samurai. Very strong on the charge and in combat. So that's his contingent here. What we'll do is we'll go ahead, continue the game, and we'll look at the enemy's armies when they come out of the trees from hiding. So straight away I'm going for the shrine with my Waco Raiders here to get the increased morale of my units. And I'll also send my sword attendants over to get the increased melee attack for all charge units. And obviously, as you've seen in the previous video, I always like to try and camp on the hill here just for a little bit early stages. Kind of get a wee skirmish battle and wait for my opponent to maybe make a lapse in concentration or mistake. So straight away, I'm charging up as much cav as I can to claim that hill. So my general's bodyguard, my Yabusami cavalry moving up there straight away. Again, flanked by the Bow Samurai and the Yari Samurai moving up the middle. So my ally's going to set up his battle line. My enemy set up his battle line. He's got Bow Samurai, Warrior Monk Bow, and Bow Samurai here in the front line. Behind him he has Katana Samurai, Nodachi Samurai, another Nodachi, and his general. He does have some hidden units here in the trees, which will come into play shortly. But again, he's letting me take the hill and he's letting me take the key buildings. I believe that is a mistake on his part. So what we'll then do is we'll just pause. As you can see here, these armies are rushing for each other. So we'll just look at the enemy's army. On the cav charge here, we've got 2 Yari Cavalry with their general's bodyguard in the back. Flanking round, we have a unit of Yari Cavalry here as well. And you can see my ally is moving in his, I think that's his Yabusami Cavalry and his mounted samurai, and to kind of meet them head on. But he does have his spears coming up to back them up. Next on the main core of his force, he does have Bow Sam, Warrior Monk Bow, and then he has Nodachi, Katana, Nodachi, Katana. So he's obviously trying to claim the hill, but he wants to take up close and personal early stages. So what we'll do is we'll look over in this kind of combat here, because we've got some early engagements. So a few casualties there on 600 Sleepy's side, but he's beginning to disengage. I don't think he liked the look of what was coming up with the spears. I don't know if he realises here he wasn't claiming this. Could kind of come back to haunt them a little bit. However, it was for archery, for I think it's what increase your reload rate and your ammunition. So he doesn't really need it as such, but I don't know if he thought he was camping that or not. Okay, so we're about to see some engagements here. So we have the Yari Cav charging in, trying to skate off, and he makes a really good micromanagement skill here. Sees a gap, charges through the gap, and what he's aiming for is the units here, Bo Ashigaru. So he's going to charge in, get a nice camera angle here. Oh, you can see the bodies flying there. So he just charges right through, but he does charge his general in. General begins to wrap around the Yari Cav, and my ally's general is very combat heavy, so he should be able to dispatch them. Just in case I decide to disengage my warrior monk cav from my army, send them straight over here as quick as I can. I think they'll deal with this combat, however I just want to give a bit more of a cavalry presence over here, try and deter our opponent. So not much is happening here. I've claimed my 2 shrines that I needed. I've set up my battle line. He's let me pick away at his guys, so he is moving up. But as he's moving up, all he's really doing is bringing those guys into range. And again, when this force here comes out of hiding, I'll come over. But again, nothing much happens here, guys. Just some slight minor skirmishes, not a lot of casualties on either side. So we'll come back over here.
Hidden units, my lord. Treacherously meant to ambush us.
I'll come over them in a second. So I noticed some gaps here in his archers. Now I shouldn't have had them in diamond formation because it's too wide. However, I charge in, smack the bows on the side. All I'm trying to do here is cause havoc. Let my ally get his battle line up as quick as he can, because I don't want the Nodachi getting the charge bonus. So my ally does bring his Katana Sab up, and they will now get into combat with them. Just look at all the combat here, it's absolutely crazy. Battle on the top of the hill. So, while my ally is well trying to wrap his forces round, I'll come over here. So as you can see, so his hidden force was Yari Samurai and Naginata Samurai. So I decided to charge in my Waco Raiders. They were hidden and I've activated them now. So the Waco Raiders are coming. He believes that there's nothing else here. So I then activate my Light Cav to flank around here. He then thinks the Cav are going that way. The Yari Sam are going to come around and they're going to basically sandwich his Yari Samurai and his Naginata Samurai. My Waco Raiders can hold out long enough here as well. Really, really cool. Samurai pirates. But what I do see is a mistake from my enemy here. He leaves basically his arrows, his archers, sorry, undefended. So all I'm doing here again is disruption his archer fire as much as I can. So my light cav is going to start moving through the ranks, stopping them firing their bows. I will lose the cav. However, I did take a lot of the guys with me, and it's kind of disrupted his battle lines. Over here, as you can see, I've won this engagement. So I'm just going to chasing some of the defenders down. He does have another unit here in hiding. I believe it's Yari Cav, which I'm not too bothered about. I've got plenty of spears in good positions to counteract a Cav charge. So he begins to disengage his army. He wants to fall back a bit. He realises in range he's taking too much casualties. So just come over and give you a wee update in the fight here. My Monk Cav are just causing all sorts of hell. Just keep running rounds, cycle charges. They are beginning to break now, however. But the good news is, look at all the difficulties. My ally has basically claimed the hill for himself. And he's pretty much at this stage dispatched one of the enemies, and I think that's 600 Sleepy. Yeah. So they've been dispatched. That's now going to force the opponent, Mr. Sushi HQ, into an engagement. He can't leave just, sitting there getting peppered. So he decides to make his move. So as you can see here, he's bringing his... Oh, sorry, it was Warrior Monk Cav, guys. So he's bringing that in. He sees my archers kind of undefended, so he brings them in. However, rapid advance, the Yari Samurai. Bring them in at the front line. And if you can see here, yeah, they catch the Cav charge before they can get to Marchers. So Marchers are still left fine, just to keep firing up and over. He's bringing the rest of his force in now. He realises he has to charge. Whilst at the same time, my ally is coming to harass his flanks. So what I decide to do is keep charging in the hill. Nice Cav unit here my spears can charge into. And I've got my Waco Raiders and Naginata attendants coming into my opponent's flank here. What I also decide to do is I decide to activate my Katana Sab. So see it's a bit heavy on this side, especially with a unit of Bo Samurai coming in and Nodachi Samurai. So I basically send my Katana Samurai around here just to meet the Cav, to make sure they can't escape, but also to make sure nothing sneaks around my flanks. So here you can see the battle lines, guys, are drawn. I've charged down the hill. It's not looking good for our opponents. I see an opportunity here, so move my Waco Raiders into the back of their general just to keep them pinned. And also decide, if you can see here, to bring in my warrior nuns just to charge them down the hill, get a charge bonus, and again pin their forces. And then I've also got my Naginata attendants just coming around here sweeping up the archers. So this is kind of a last stand for the opponent. You can see here he's tried to rally his guys. No, Dacha Samurai won't win this uphill battle against the Katana Samurai, especially with the sword attack. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, Yarisana with the Katana Samurai backing them up. So the enemy's beginning to break now. It's kind of just becoming a bit of a mop-up operation. The monks are holding out, but it's not going to be enough. They are all concerned as well, not really knowing what's going on. Their general's falling. So overall along the battlefield, you can see it was just claiming the hills, getting the two main key points that we needed. But my ally dispatched his opponent quite easily, I guess, with a little bit of help from my cav, just disrupting things, doing some cycle charges in the rear. And that's it, that's their army breaking now, guys. Again, the same with this kind of game. I'm the kind of player I'm very patient in these games, and it's always a point of trying to wait for your opponent, trying to bait your opponent into a move. One of the biggest mistakes they made there was the hidden force coming through the trees to my Waco Raiders. I think he threw them away unsupported. If his cav had got in, they might have helped to dispatch the Waco Raiders before my Yari Samurai came in to sandwich them in. And also I think as well that Mr. Sushi could have maybe sent guys over to support the other engagement against my ally Duke Silver there, just purely because it wasn't going Sleepy's 600 Sleepy's way. But anyway, that was another 2v2, another victory. Quite a good game, that one, quite solid. Was happy with micromanagement compared to the first game you've seen, guys, so things are getting better. What we are doing is played some Rome Total War 2 games, which will hopefully get uploaded to you soon, just get a bit of variety. But I hope you did enjoy that. That was another Shogun 2 online battle, and just so you can see the casualties there, basically killed nearly double my losses, which was quite good. My ally again dispatching quite successfully there his opponent. But guys, hope you liked. Please subscribe, comment, like. Also, any other kind of videos that you guys wouldn't mind seeing, give us a message, give us a comment. Also, as you can see there, my Steam name is Davidimo. If any of you guys want a game or anything like that, don't hesitate to give us a message as well. But thanks for watching, and see you next time. Take care.